but I am responsible for the greatest shooter in the NBA without question, right?
What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another episode. Please like the video and subscribe. Our target is only 1,000 likes. Steph Curry is arguably the greatest shooter the NBA has seen, but his incredible legacy may not have been without Katt Williams' advice. The comedian recently claimed he's responsible for Steph Curry's greatness and revealed the advice he gave him many years ago. Katt Williams' comments come after NBA legend Shaquille O'Neal blamed Steph Curry for messing up the NBA, leading to its viewership problems. So Katt Williams told a story about when Steph Curry played in a couple of celebrity basketball games he organized, going on to say that no one knew Steph Curry then, but he impressed everyone with his shooting skills. Williams observed Curry's playing style and believed he could do damage in the NBA with his impressive shooting because no one defended from that part of the court. Hence, he allegedly encouraged the future NBA MVP to start shooting from deep.
You once said you were the one that told Steph Curry to shoot from deep.
Look, it doesn't... Anybody that knows me know I don't claim the shit that I do. That's not part of doing it. It's doing what it is and letting that be it. But I am responsible for the greatest shooter in the NBA without question, right? So now I'm gonna tell this story and the jury will decide whether or not I'm being facetious or not. Here it goes. It's 30 seconds. So at this time that I meet Steph Curry is not in the NBA. I'm hiring Steph Curry to do these. I'm doing these celebrity basketball games for the LA Children and Family Services. I do a celebrity basketball game for them every year, right? So I got this guy named Stephen Curry that comes and is on the team, and I give him $5 grand, right? This guy comes out, people missay his name, don't nobody know who he is, nobody cheers when we say his name, right? But this dude comes and he passes that half line, and as soon as he passes the half line, he can shoot from anywhere from there to the three-point line, any part there, right? So now the first game, this guy scores like 40 points, right? And he don't break a sweat because he's not running. Like all the other basketball players are running down the court. He's not. He's just staying right there. And nobody guards you right there. And that's where he's shooting from. The next game, the next year, he scores 50 points. I said, hey, dude, you out here making $5 grand for a celebrity basketball game, but you one of the greatest shooters that ever existed. Do you understand that if you to take your game to the NBA that they either have to change something or you'll be the greatest shooter that ever existed? He said, what are you saying? I said, they don't have a defense for the area that you can shoot in. Like nobody has ever prepared defense for out here. You're taught to run to the three-point line and then start defense. If you can shoot before people can start defense, you'll be the greatest shooter that ever lived. Now, I'm not saying he took that advice and went on to do that, but he took my advice and went on to do that. So I shouldn't have, honestly. Like, some of these things are the reason that the enemy decides to go ahead and let you be famous, is your ability to tear down your own kind, no matter how high they are. On the other hand, my job is to be funny first and to voice the opinion of a group that doesn't get to have their opinion out there, right? So as a black man, if you don't love yourself, you don't love me. So those were the jokes of a guy that was hurt, you know, by an icon. And so I was telling those jokes. The fact that years later, Janet Jackson says she still loved me despite the jokes that I told about her brother is probably one of the most magnificent things, you know, just because I say a lot of hilarious shit, but it costs me every time, you know, like I'm never unscathed in these situations.
The battle, I gotta say, I was like, man, initially I was like, wow, this is for real. These dudes is going at it, because Drake was delivering, and then Kendrick came, and then Kendrick kept giving the blows, and then he just like did what he had to do, and just, man, he came out the victor. He was the victor, like, just point blank, he won. And is it like, if you're asking, is a victory for me, I think it's just a victory for hip hop that battle went down the way it did, and had people paying attention to lyrics and hip hop, like different generations was paying attention to that. Like, I had some of my youngins hitting me up, like, yo, you hear the new one? And then people my age hitting me up, like, yo, you hear what, you hear what Drake just dropped, you heard what Kendrick said? I think it does. I love that Kendrick is, within a battle, is able to give you like lessons and spiritual things. I'm like, damn, that is crazy. But the truth is, yeah, it's like this dude dropping like knowledge and still battling. It's like ridiculous. But that being said, it's funny you said like he's a revolutionary and still dangerous, because when we think about it, our revolutionaries were dangerous. Like Fred Hampton,
Chicago.
He was dangerous, like, but dangerous for the right thing.
Right.
Shoot, Malcolm X, dangerous. Assata Shakur, dangerous in a way that they are dangerous for their people. And at the end of the day, Kendrick is dangerous for his people. So I got nothing but
you gotta protect them.
Love for them.
Protect our people. How much did it make people go back and revisit old battles? Because right, once they say that battle, it's like, oh, that's the greatest battle of all time, and we're living in that moment, and people are like, well, nah, there was this either thing that happened, and it was like, nah, there was like, I see the bitch in you, but so now it goes back, people get to revisit it. How much of it was brought back, like a little bit of nostalgia for you? Like, yo, we were in that moment, we've gone past it, but like, I remember that fire that I had.
Yeah. I mean, it was more like people was bringing up the battle I had with Q and the battle I had with Drake.
Yeah. That's a fact.
They brought that, they would bring that up. But I was like, listen, first of all, both those battles got squashed. So I appreciate that y'all loved it. We had the battle. I was warned at that time. But, I'm just watching the battle now. So don't drag me in it. Somebody was like, I was like, no, don't drag me in it. I'm good, man. Let me watch this and just enjoy it, because they both going at it. And I think it was, I would have to say, man, it probably was the greatest battle we've seen. And even if you feel something else was back in the time, it's still one of the greatest. Like, it's like, it's right there. It's because that back and forth, you didn't have that much back and forth, like right direct, and have all the artwork to go with it. And it was levels to their battle.
Well thought out, videos were shot.
Yeah.